does it, I mean, look at the size of you. How does it feel watching that?
Faintly ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic.
It looked and sounded incredible, right? Is that the first time you've watched it through, or have you?
As a whole thing, apart from in a small screening room ages ago when we were still working on it, the whole thing finalized, put together like that. I'm not like that.
And what did you think?
I couldn't fault it.
That's good. Gavin Elder breathes a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked and sounded incredible. Why did you pick Rome, of all the shows you did, why Rome to document?
It's self-evident, really, isn't it? That beautiful place, all those beautiful buildings, and the chance to whiz some drones around and get all those distant shots, close-ups. I mean, who wouldn't choose that place?
Yeah, it did look pretty incredible. So
could have been a shed somewhere.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
shed.
Royal Albert Hall, Madison Square Garden. You had some good options. Obviously the tour came about because of the album Looking Strange. Tell us about how you feel about that album now. It's a year since it came out this week. What are you thinking about that album now?
My feelings about it are the same as they've been ever since before we finished it. That it's just magic. I love it. I think it's really the best work I've done forever. Sorry to be so modest, but...
Which is not a given, is it, at this point in your career? You can't assume you're going to be hitting a kind of career high.
What do you mean?
But the critical reception, the popular reception, going to number one, all that. I mean, it must have been an incredible thing.
It's really, really thrilling. What can I say? Been bang on about it for ages.
So then, were you always going to tour it? Was that always the plan?
Yeah, we always planned to do a tour. Not too big, and I'm afraid my guilty pleasure is to get people to come to me rather than me going to them too much. So we only did the 4 cities, 2 in America, 2 over here in Europe.
Why those 4?
They're all central sort of places. Rome obviously has got the Circus Maximus, which is a big thing in its favour.
Sure.
And West Coast and East Coast of America, and our hometown London at the Albert Hall, another of my favourite venues.
And then the band that you chose, many of whom I believe are here this evening.
Really, most of them are here.
Yes, you could. If you were in David's band, could you stand up and wave?
Yeah.
Come on. Where are you?
Stand up. Hey! Thank you, everyone. Mr. Ben Worsley over there, behind him Louise Marshall, and Hattie Red, Charlie Red, Guy Pratt, and everyone. Rod Gentry, of course, over there. Maestro on the keyboards. Who have I forgotten? Forgotten Romany, my daughter. She's standing up. Where is she? There she is, hiding behind Guy. And of course, Adam Betts, who's not here. Yeah. We wish him well. Is he out with Pulp tonight?
He's with Pulp, yeah. Correct.
Busy boy.
You described Romany as a lively presence.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible that she said she had never done tours, she'd never played.
She's never been a professional musician before.
And yet looks like an absolute natural.
Well, she's been doing it with me, singing with me for 20 years, since she was 3.
And then obviously came to some prominence with your lockdown sessions.
Yeah, well, the lockdown sessions, some clever chap had the good idea to do that. That was you, wasn't it, Chris?
May have been me.
May have been him. Yes, and the reaction we got to doing those lockdown sessions, which were in support of Polly, my lovely wife's book. Received quite a bit of attention and seemed very popular. We sang some songs, Romany and I. We sang these songs together. We definitely felt that there was some magic in the blend of our voices. Something to carry on with a little bit.
Yeah, and you must have been very proud of how great she was.
It's staggering how unfazed she appeared to be, at least, getting up on those massive stages, having never done it before. Mind boggles, really.
Unbelievable.
Jeez. And Yeah, a lively young presence. Those girls, the singers and instrumentalists, really got everything cooking up there.
And the whole band, as you said, you're saying it's the best band you've ever played with.
Not only for their musical abilities, but their presence, their general loveliness.
It seems like you really enjoyed this tour, would that be?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
I mean, it's a very joyful thing, isn't it? Everyone looks so happy.
Yeah, they do. I hope they were.
And I think you have said you've not enjoyed a tour more, is that right?
I think that's right, yes. It's the most enjoyable tour I've done. And what I can remember.
Just because it was so fun, or
yeah.
Have you had tours that weren't so fun?
Well, tricky one. I would say this was the most fun, but I've had a lot of fun on a lot of tours.
I was going to say, you've done some pretty good tours.
Did I avoid that one successfully?
You did well. It's good. You said I should push you. I'm giving you some tricky ones. So yeah, the rest of the band, a mixture of sort of new faces and people you've played with before.
That's right. Well, Guy, of course, has been with me for centuries. And Greg Fillinganes, the lovely Greg, he's not here, of course. He lives in LA. It was a bit too far to fly. And he's been with me for half of my last tour that I did in 2015, 2016. Everyone else is new and fantastic.
Does it make you feel like more touring? Like, where do we stand on that?
I'm tempted.
This is good news.
Let's not go further than that.
Take it at that for now.
Tonight was tempting.
Yeah. I mean, you must look at that and think, this is a lot of fun. I should do this again. What about the set list for this tour? How did you decide what was on there, what wasn't on there?
Well, Polly pretty much put it together. Didn't you, dear?
And it works, right?
It works, yes. I mean, we put in some old things, some new things. We did a lot from the new album. My ambition in these things is largely to do new songs, new things that we've recently worked on. To me, they seem great and to come over really well. It would be a little over-selfish not to do anything from the long, illustrious career.
And the new stuff.
People want to hear that old stuff as well. I love playing them, so why not?
Absolutely. But the new stuff, it must be quite gratifying how well the Looking Strange songs were received.
How well they're received and how well they seem to fit in to the whole set, the whole show.
Absolutely. Do you have, because obviously you did 4 cities, like you say, was there a particular highlight of the 4, or did you enjoy all of them?
I enjoyed all of them, yeah. I mean, I love the Albert Hall. They were fantastic. And the Rome, well, there's a special extra magic about playing in a place like Rome. I mean, we did Pompeii 10 years ago. That was also fantastic, but it's tiny compared to this. This is a magical set.
There's definitely something about Italy.
Yeah.
It seems to be your sort of happy place.
Yeah.
And they say even the crowd we saw at the start, like outside the hotel and singing this, it really felt like Rome was kind of taken over by Camp Gilmour for that week.
It was, yes.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah. And then the American shows, again, also seem to be very good.
American shows, great. Again, the Hollywood Bowl is a place with some magic to it. Madison Square Garden is legendary, and I always enjoy playing shows there. It's a pity America's so new, really, isn't it?
This is true.
There might be, older, beautiful, ancient.
I mean, there is a brand new venue there that there's been some whispers of you having some involvement with.
What, the Sphere?
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping one of these days I'll go and sit there and watch myself doing it, which is something I've always wanted to do. My avatar,
Okay. Okay. Well, like an
I don't have to actually get up and do it.
An ABBA voyage sort of thing. Okay. Well, that's interesting. There's a scoop for us. Okay, so the Sphere is a possibility, but
what isn't a possibility?
That's very fair. Who knows? having Polly along for the ride, like you say, she's involved with so many parts of it, and she really is. Like, she takes the photos and she writes the lyrics, and like so many parts of it. But yeah,
so much more than that.
Right.
It's hard to put every little bit down and give her the gratitude she deserves.
Well, I was going to say, so this is our chance. What does she bring to it?
Ideas for the show.
Yeah, she's listening.
Come down.
We've got to get this right.
Tell us what you do, Polly.
Exactly. Yeah, so I was going to say that with the production of the show, what was the genesis of that?
Well, we have, of course, the wonderful Mr. Mark Brickman. Where are you, Mark? There he is. This is our resident genius. He can't be dragged out to light anything except the Olympics and the Empire State Building as a rule. But I can sometimes persuade him to come out with me. Anytime, thank you, Mark. And
so the sphere, I mean, he's going to like the sphere, isn't he? Without wishing to push that point.
He's shaking his head.
No, he's not in for the sphere. Okay, he's out.
That's why we have a show that looks a bit different to everything else that you're liable to see out there. It's that chap up there.
Absolutely. And what about the actual filming of it? Because again, Gavin is someone you've collaborated with before.
Gavin has now been with us, working with us, nearly 20 years. He came to do a document of the tour in 2006, and do the backstage and all those sort of things. He turned out to do the filming and directing of our Gdansk show. And he's been with us ever since. And he did the Pompeii show, and he's done this one. He's lovely. Where are you, Gavin? Where are you? Yeah, there he is.
A round of applause for this
Gavin.
He directed that film with such aplomb. Even bringing in the rain to add the laser effects, I thought that was a strong...
We've got Charlie Andrew up there, of course, who mixed the sound. He's the co-producer of the album and mixed the sound for this show. Very, very good job.
And now next week this is going to be shown in cinemas across the world, 64 countries, I believe.
Fantastic.
You've done that a couple of times now. Is that something that you particularly push? Is there a reason for that?
I want a lot of people to see this.
Right.
I mean, share it.
And that's the thing, you went to 4 cities and now you're going to...
The joy I get out of it is something I want to share with a few more people.
And it is quite a magical thing, isn't it, to think that this time next week, people in 64 countries will all be experiencing that. It's quite a wonderful thing.
Fantastic.
And obviously,
I'm honoured.
Everybody should go back. Are you going to the local cinema to watch it?
I haven't thought about that.
It's a good go-to. David Gilmour, don't film.
Might come back here next week.
Yeah, exactly. I will be doing that. What was I going to ask you? We've got some audience questions, I should say. But yeah, about the future, in terms of what's coming up next, have you started work?
I have sort of started work on a new album.
Okay.
The intention is to move into it a little bit faster from here on out, but getting all these things prepared and ready has taken quite a lot of time and energy.
Okay, but
we're ready to get moving on now.
Okay, so recording is incoming and an album may appear at some point.
Yeah,
but you've still got
to write some songs first.
Sure. I mean, you're quite good at that. It should be okay. But you've still got the energy and the desire to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Polly will be there.
Polly will be there by my side.
Amazing. And that, okay, well, I don't want to push you too hard, but get on with it, and we'd all like to hear it. Okay, we are halfway through our allotted 30 minutes, so let me ask you some questions from the audience who very kindly written them out. Okay. Jacob from Canada says, for Looking Strange, you explored mortality, the passing of time, and the post-war baby boom era. What sort of themes are percolating in you and Polly's minds for the next album? Do you have anything in mind?
Happiness.
Okay. Happiness. That sounds good.
Stop being so miserable.
Okay. So it's going to be like a cheery record.
We will see what happens.
Time will tell.
There's no promises here. Just observation.
None of these are binding. It's going to be okay. Right, Lewis from Edinburgh says, how does it feel that younger generations are getting into your music today?
It's the ambition, isn't it? You just want people to like it. I don't care what age they are.
But it is
you
an
want
amazing...
people to get out of it some of what I get out of it.
Yeah.
5 years old, 90 years old, I'm not fussy.
It did feel like at the shows there was such a mix though, which I thought was a lovely thing. You could see that in the audience there. There's a lot of teenagers deep in the moment. It's a special thing.
It's very special. I'm very lucky.
Absolutely. Harry from London says, what is going through your mind during the improvised solos of the set?
Don't fuck up. Too badly. No, I'm just enjoying playing the guitar for those moments and wondering how brave to be.
Okay. It's really clear how much you still enjoy it just watching that. It's a nice thing to see. Chris from Wapping says, what brand and gauge strings do you use on the Black Strat? It's a techie question.
How would I know?
Yeah.
Ask Phil Taylor. He does that shit.
Is Phil here? Passing the mic.
I'm sorry.
Is he here?
Phil,
What are you
is
saying,
he?
Phil?
Yeah, there he is. Oh, Phil. Someone wants to know what brand and gauge of strings I use. GHS Boomers.
Yeah.
10 to 48. Those are the
Taylor.
gauges.
Round of
10
applause.
is clear and 48 is
Thank
back.
That's very good. Khan Wright from just outside Croydon, quite specific. When you think back over your life and all
What's
the
his
great...
name?
Khan.
Khan.
C-A-R-N.
Our dog Khan came from Croydon, didn't you, Foley?
I don't think this is from the dog, but possibly.
Well, he's the late great
Who
Khan,
can
so it would seem unlikely. Anyway, sorry about that, Khan.
The question is, woof, woof, woof. The question, when you think back over your life and all the great achievements, which composition do you feel most personally connected to? Good question.
Tough question. There's so many, and there are different reasons for liking so many of the songs. They all, sings from this last album, scattered from this last album. A Boat Lies Waiting that we did. There's tons of them. It's even comfortably numb a bit.
Sure, a bit. David from High Wycombe. It's a good question, this. I like this one. Okay. Have you got a favourite volcano? David's segueing into a secondary question with this, but that is the first question.
Well, I suppose Mount Vesuvius would be the one that you'd have to go for,
Springs to
really.
mind. Which leads into the second part of the question. Any more ideas for venues you'd like to perform?
Gosh. I always wanted to play near the pyramids, but I don't think that's very safe these days. But that would be fun. One day.
We can make that happen.
When the world's a better place.
Question from Paul from New York, who asks what your thoughts are on Ozzy Osbourne's passing. Is he someone that you spent time with?
I don't know. I never knew Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, he's a rather fucking legend, isn't he?
Absolutely.
What can you say? The death of any human being is a tragedy.
Absolutely.
But inevitable. So I'm terribly sorry about it.
Francesca from Chichester says, what was your favourite song to play from this latest tour? Of all of those things on there, which was the most fun?
Gosh, I don't know. I can't answer that.
Okay.
Maybe The Piper's Call.
That does look fun.
That's a lot of... Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that looks fun. Neil Jones from East Sussex says, how much pressure do you feel... sorry, I'm trying to read the handwriting of this chat. To litter the live set with Pink Floyd classics at the expense of newer ones. Do you feel pressure to play Pink Floyd songs?
Of course, a bit, but it's not a big pressure. I can cope.
Right. The balance was achieved.
I think we achieved a pretty fair balance.
Yeah, that's
There are people who would disagree.
Yes.
Fuck them.
Absolutely fair. Johnny from Bolivia says, what was the best recital of your career? I think he means, well, I would say the best show.
Best show.
If you had to pick one.
Oh, this one.
Okay, but which specific night of the Luck and Strange tour?
Which specific night of the Luck and Strange tour? No, I don't log them that way.
I remember hearing the 4th consecutive Royal Albert Hall show was a particularly good one.
It was a very good one, yeah.
Which is impressive 4 nights in.
Okay, we'll say that
Let's
one.
say that. That is officially,
prompted me,
that's
that's
officially
official.
the best show of the tour. Someone has asked, what was your favourite Pink Floyd tour? That was from Oakley in Portsmouth. Did you have a favourite Pink Floyd?
Gosh, it would be probably a Wish You Were Here tour in '75, or the Division Bell tour in '94. That was a lot of fun.
Great. Any further reasons why? Like, what makes a good Pink Floyd tour? Just the shows?
The shows, the people around you, the atmosphere. There was quite a lot wrong with a lot of the shows back then, to do with sort of conflicts of interest and things, but we won't go into all that.
Sure. But
Sordid
the
stuff.
shows were all...
The shows were, were great.
Marco from Finland begins his question with an interesting line. My wife wants you to stop touring.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Marco.
Any particular reason that she's giving?
Is there a reason why your wife wants...
Because she hates you and Pink Floyd's music.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Well, that's
not the question.
It's valid, but that it's still. She could just not come.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make it hard for you to come? It's something you need to sort out.
This is a Marco issue more than...
golf at the moment at Malaga.
Okay. But he asks, Marco's actual question is, will you tour again? Which is certainly a popular question we received a lot of tonight. And it sounds like...
I'm not promising anything, obviously, but I certainly not rule it out. I would quite like to at some point.
Right. You don't feel like you're done. I think there's a lot of enthusiasm in the room for that. We have one more question, because we've rattled through them. This is from Gary in South East London, who asks, what have you got left to achieve?
I don't think about what one has to achieve. You just carry on, doing the best you can do, trying to make something new, trying to move your own artistic ambitions forward a little bit each time, nudge things forward. No big achievements that I still need to achieve.
But you're pushing forward, and you're kind of ready to go, and the album's coming...
when it comes.
Good answer. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to David Gilmour. Thank you all for coming.